It's a danger zone. You in the middle of a war, don't leave your banger home.
Hey Samantha, good morning.
Good morning. How are y'all?
Good. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty well. Thank you for asking.
Well?
Yes.
Okay. How old are you, Samantha?
I'm 24 years old.
24 years old. Okay. Pretty young.
I am.
When's your birthday?
September 6th.
All right, so just passed?
Yes, I just turned 24.
Okay, Samantha, so you just turned 24.
Yes.
Yeah. Where you from?
I'm from Philadelphia.
All right. Are you from this section of Philadelphia?
Yes, I was born and raised mostly in West Philly and in my younger years up here in the Northeast.
All right. Oh, so you had some time in Northeast Philly?
Yes, yep, Northeast Philly.
Northeast Philly is like a nicer area compared to here, right?
It is. Well, this is a nice area too. This is more like a bigger, like physically bigger than Southwest Philadelphia or South Philadelphia.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Tell me about your upbringing, Sam.
Basically, I was born and raised in Philadelphia with my family, and then I was in foster care, and from there I was adopted by my grandparents, and basically throughout school I got good grades. I always stuck to my schoolwork, but unfortunately I didn't graduate because I was focused on like trying to be in a relationship and just like get married at a young age and just be like a housewife and have just finances and money and just kind of have a normal life, you know.
Right. You feel like you're living that normal life now?
I feel like how I'm living now is a little bit unorthodox. It's like different from a normal lifestyle that I was told and like that I've seen on TV and that I kind of experienced just by being around my family. But they were all older, so yeah, it's like me living their stories that they told me and experiencing it for myself.
That's what's up. So like, what brings you out here to Kensington Ave?
So I came out here because this is the area that I was like just more comfortable and familiar with when it comes to like just looking for a way to get some money really fast, like through little odd jobs or like however I could. And yeah, like just it's the perfect neighborhood for me right now, I guess.
Okay, I understand. Yeah. So what do you do for work right now, Sam?
Right now, I'm looking for jobs like just by asking people like, hey, do you need help with anything? Like, is there any type of work that I could do for you? Like sweeping, cleaning, like anything at all.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and thus far, it's been a little bit difficult. It's been like really difficult. And a lot of times, like, the people don't really offer like jobs like trapping, like selling drugs or like having sex and stuff like that, which are like which is like something that I could do as a profession, but it's just something that I wouldn't choose to do as a profession at all. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
So you're not working the Ave and doing dates and stuff, right?
No, not right now. Like I got excited that I was able to do this interview, and I was looking, like most of the time I just panhandle or ask people who I see working if they need like help for the day.
That's what's up. So you never experienced going on a date?
I have experienced that. Yeah, I've experienced like dating and stuff like that. I didn't know what dating was when I first heard about it. I thought it was just like people asking me like, hey, are you going on a date with your boyfriend? Because I was always up here with my boyfriend until we got separated, and then I found out that dating really meant like having like sex with people just and just getting paid for it, just prostitution. And
so you kind of was tricked into like prostitution basically.
Well, yeah, because I like went as far as like being like threatening and like aggressive with people that were offering me dates and stuff like that, up until the point where I just was like, I can't do this anymore, you know, like the whole, like I would go to the gas station and pump gas to just try to make some money like any way I could, because I wasn't comfortable with just having sex with any person that I met.
Right.
Like,
who introduced you to that though?
Well, basically, I got introduced when I came up here by some females that were doing it, but the first person that told me about it just by like word of mouth was my boyfriend. He actually was like, "Why don't you just do dates?" And I'm like, "What? Like, what do you mean?" And then I found out what dating was, and I was like, "Yeah, no, I would never do that." Yeah, and then I did. So now I'm just like, no, I'm not.
Eventually you did do dates.
Yeah.
Did you keep it in the back of your mind, or did your ex-boyfriend or boyfriend
No,
at the time?
it was just the only way that I was able to like just with asking people for help constantly, that was like the only thing that I was able to do, besides going to the gas station and pumping gas.
Right.
That was the only thing I could do.
Sam, can I ask you, do you feel as though that you can be gullible at times?
Not really, no. No. I feel like what I do is I just like kind of go with the flow, and you know, like until I feel like I'm not comfortable, like I just go with life, you know. People ask me, "Hey, you want to do this? You want to do that?" And I just do it, you know.
So what's your goals in life?
My goals are to continue having a stable place to live, and then to buy a house, to go to school, and to stay in Philadelphia. Yeah, to stay in my city.
You get help from family, Sam? Because you know you're out here panhandling and you know, doing like quick hustles to earn some money. Do you get any help from your family, your foster family?
My foster brother found me at a library and told me that I could live with my foster mom, but I actually forgot how to get to her house.
Wow.
So yeah, I thought about going to like the old DHS office and asking.
Yeah, get some help. Get some help to get back over there.
I do call like people who are like a constant in my life, like people outside of my actual blood relatives. Like I call them like my family. Yeah, like my street family, I guess. Like I just call people my family because like they have enough like love and respect for me to not, you know, like do anything bad by me besides just doing whatever, you know.
So how's your dating now? How's your dating going on now out here? You got a boyfriend right now?
I don't have a boyfriend right now, no. So I call the guy that I'm in a relationship with.
Yeah.
I call him like my fiance.
Okay, the guy you're in a relationship with now, you call him your fiance?
Yes, like I did just say he was my boyfriend, but that was just because I was in a short conversation. Like he's really like somebody that we discussed it, and we're thinking about getting married. Yeah, I lost contact with him, but I've been keeping up like with where he's at, and I know where he's at right now currently. And when he gets home, I wanted to have a place for us to live. Yeah, so that's what I'm working on now. That's where my focus is, just making sure we have a place to live.
You battling any addictions right now? Any drugs?
Right now, no, I'm not really battling any like addictions. Like it's not like oh my God, like I want to get off of it because like my life is terrible because I'm using drugs. Like no, like just like anybody, let's smoke some weed, let's have a drink, like let's go out to the club and have some drinks. Like that's just how I am.
So it's not getting bad for you, but can I ask what's your choices of drugs?
My choices of drugs are dope and hard, like so basically like heroin or fentanyl, and cocaine. Okay. So yeah.
You're one of the younger ones that we interviewed.
Really?
Yeah, that's addicted to these things. Who introduced you to that?
I got introduced to that through my fiance.
Your fiance?
Yes.
How old is your fiance?
He's 27.
27?
Yeah, he turned 27.
How did he introduce? So you wasn't using it, he was?
Yes, and he told me not to, but I told him to. I told him that I wanted to experience it, just because like I learned by looking and watching, and I was like, you know what? Instead of me being in the hospital all the time, like, and using that like pain medication and not being near you and like not having as much time with you, let me use this dope as like a pain. Like a pain medication basically, and something to just make me feel good when I'm stressed out or not feeling good at all.
So what brings you to use pain medication in the hospital?
That is when I'm in pain or mentally unstable, like emotionally in pain. Okay. So like whenever I'm not feeling myself or I'm getting depressed or I don't feel good at all, like I'll go to the hospital and they'll give me my pain medication. I just feel better. Like I feel physically better and I'm able to get rest. And it helps me like clear my thoughts, clear my mind, and just be able to move, like continue to live. Because I get really depressed sometimes and I'm like, what's the point of living? Right. You know, and that helps me. Even when people did all they can and did their best. Right.
So can I say that you deal with a lot of mental illness basically, right?
Yes.
And the drugs help you cope with the mental illness that you deal with?
They do, yes. I'm an advocate for drug use. Like, I know that it can be a little bit scary because of what we see, like outside with people who use however they use. Right. Me personally, I like drug use because it's a coping skill. Right. Yeah, and if you do it right, like according to how you do it and your needs, it can really help you.
What about the ODs out here? Have you ever overdosed before?
Yes, I have. I was feeling really depressed and suicidal, and this was not my first time overdosing, but my first time overdosing on purpose. I overdosed and I ended up in the ICU for 12 hours, and I died. My my heart stopped. And I came back to life.
You still believe to be an advocate for drug use after going through something like that?
I do, because the first time I actually overdosed wasn't on purpose, and I was able to like be saved. I was able to come back to life, and then it brought people into it just kind of gave me that attention that I was looking for, that I wasn't really like sure of how to get it any other way. Like, I wanted to be around people, like I wanted to be around my family. Like I just kept calling them like, hey, when are we gonna hang out? When are you gonna come over? Right. And then like my first overdose, it brought people into my apartment. They came over and they were like, wow, I didn't know it was that serious, you know, like you could come and talk to me.
Going through things,
yes.
You deal with being lonely and all that stuff.
Yes, yes. And it's not always terrible to be lonely, you know, like it's good to be alone sometimes. Yeah. But it's just not always good to be alone sometimes.
Wow, Sam, so you're 24 years old, you actually just turned 24. You say you're not battling addictions right now because you're comfortable with the drugs that you currently use, right?
Yes.
So can I ask you this, you're not scared of them samples? Do you use samples? Do you deal with the samples out in the street?
I do.
They don't scare you at all?
Sometimes, like I've been using, like when my tolerance went up, I was like, all right, I'll just be smart about it. I'll use half of it. If I feel like, I've heard that it was really strong, or if somebody's like, people are dying off of this or that, then I'll just use half of the bag. And hopefully my understanding of death is like a little bit more clearer and actually true because of what I've been through. I've overdosed before and I've died and I came back to life. So I'm just hoping that when people say a lot of people overdosed and died, they actually like just went to the hospital and was able to be rescued, like that's why I'm not as.
How about the people that did die though? That don't scare you? The people that died from this?
It doesn't scare me because I've always had like a connection to death like throughout my life, like because I had like a lot of heart attacks. Like I've been through a lot, like health-wise. I had one when I was 8. And I couldn't breathe, and I died, and I just kept coming back to life. So I just look at it like a rest, like it's just like something that our body needs to do. to just like recover from all that we've been doing physically.
That's a lot, Sam. That's a lot, Sam. You know, it's another side of life though than this.
Yes.
In these streets of Kensington, dirty trash, people ODing, falling out. It's a better side of life, and I feel like you're still young. I feel like it's a different life that you should be able to experience.
Yeah.
Vacations,
Yeah.
people that's not using, you know, being in your youth, you know, school, all types of stuff, kids, you know, anything. Just it's a lot of enjoyment that, you know, if you change your circle around, maybe, you know, find you some people, a good group of people, positive people that do not use. Maybe they can motivate you and be in your life, and you can build relationships with them. You know what I'm saying? Or people that used to use, so they can relate to you. You know, but you know what they say. You won't be ready till you're ready to get out of this lifestyle, off the drugs and stuff. And as we've been talking, you let us know that you're not ready, right?
Yeah.
Sam, have you ever seen anybody younger than you out here getting high? How old?
In their 20s or early 20s. I saw a guy that was, I think he was just now starting to use, like, dope. And he was looking for a date, actually. And he just bought me my heart, and I smoked with him, and we talked. Like, I have a lot of good conversations with people. Like, I've been meeting a lot of people. I feel like this is the most amount of real people who I've ever met, actually got to chill with, like, hang out with, kick it with, and just spend time with, you know? And it's like, I love that part. I love that sense of like fellowship, that sense of community. Like, we're actually spending time together with each other, and that's why I'm still out here, like, to this day. Like, that's what keeps me going. Like, there's always somebody new to meet. There's always somebody, like, even if it's just for a few minutes or maybe just every few years, you know? It's just good to have people in my city that I grew up in. Just to be like, hey, like, we're here. You don't have to be alone. You don't have to be with the same people. You don't have to only feel safe when you're at home, like, only feel safe with your family. Like, you can come and spend time with us. And that's really what keeps me going. That's what keeps me going.
Okay. All right, Sam, I like to thank you for your time. You've been wonderful for us. We're rooting for you. We want you to stay safe out here, Sam.
Thank you. Me too.
Remember what I said, at 24 years old, you got more to live. You know, keep that in the back of your head, you know?
Yes,
Thank you, Sam. Appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all too.